Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is mainly for period 2. There's 2 quizzes that I want to give you solutions to. This is the second one that I marked, and you were able to come and get period 5. So there were 4 questions on it, and it told you to simplify fully and state all restrictions. So the lowest common denominator here is going to be 10, m3, n3, which means the 3 needs to be multiplied by a 5, an m, and an n squared, because that's what it's going to take to multiply 2m squared n to get 10m cubed n cubed. And then the 1 needs to be multiplied by a 10, because that's what it's missing. And the 4 needs to be multiplied by a 2, an m squared, and an n squared. That'll leave us with 15m n squared minus 10 plus 8 m squared n squared. And there's not much more we can do with that. That's the end of it, with restrictions being m and n cannot equal 0. Alright, so that's the first one. Let's take a look at the second one. It was t over 3t plus 15 minus 1 over 6t minus 24. That was the question, so what I would do is I would factor first, t plus 5, t minus 4. I'm going to get a lowest common denominator here of 6. This one can be changed into 6 by multiplying by 2. T plus 5, t minus 4. So this has to be multiplied by 2, so the t is going to be multiplied by 2, and it's going to be multiplied by t minus 4. This one over here is only multiplied by t plus 5. That's all this one's missing to become the lowest common denominator. Expanding, that's 2t times t, that's 2t squared, minus 8t, minus t minus 5. The bottom stays. So that's going to be 2t squared minus 9t minus 5 over top of 6, t plus 5, t plus 4. 2 numbers that multiply to give 10, add to give 9. Let's see, it sounds like 1 and 10, so it would be 2t minus 10, and it would be 2t plus 1. Does that work? They multiply to give negative 10, they add to give negative 9, divided by 2, so it'll be t minus 5, 2t plus 1. Let's see if it works. That would be 2t squared. That'll be t negative 10 minus 5, so it works. So it's t minus 5, 2t plus 1, over top of t plus 5, t plus 4, and the 6. Notice that these are not the same, so I cannot reduce anymore. Your restrictions will be t cannot equal negative 4, negative 5. Hold on, I've made a mistake somewhere here. This is t minus 4, this is t minus 4, this is t minus 4. So it's going to be t cannot equal positive 4, negative 5, and that's it. Okay, so that's the second one. The third question I gave you to do on that quiz looked like this. So the first thing I do is I'm going to factor. And I'm going to factor again. Multiply to give positive 4, add to give negative 5. So I think it's m minus 4 and m minus 1. Let's check. M is m squared minus 1. Yep, it works. So I noticed that my lowest common denominator, they both have an m minus 4. And then I'm going to have the m plus 3 and the m minus 1. This one, m plus 4 is missing the m minus 1. This one is missing the m plus 3. So that's going to be m squared minus m plus 4m minus 4 minus m squared minus 3m over top of m minus 4, m plus 3, m minus 1. So that'll work out to minus 4m plus 4m. The whole top goes to negative 4, m minus 4, m plus 3, and m minus 1. With restrictions of m cannot equal 4, negative 3, and 1. So that was the third one. Be careful when you're multiplying this, please. This is the distributive property, and this, the entire negative n goes into both of them. So be sure that you do that correctly. And finally, the last question on that quiz. The question was D, and it was 2x squared minus 6x over top of x squared minus 9 divided by 4x cubed plus 28x squared over top of x squared plus 8x plus 15. So we're going to common factor the top. The bottom is a difference of squares. Going to common factor out 4x squared and x plus 3, x plus 5. It's division, so we're going to invert and multiply. So this one and this one can reduce. Remember, that's multiplication. This one and this one can reduce. The 2 and the 4 can reduce. The x and the x squared can reduce. And it's going to leave me with x plus 5 over top of 2x, x plus 7. Restrictions will be x cannot equal 0, negative 7, plus or minus 3, and let's not forget the minus 5, because it used to be in the denominator at one point. All right, that's the end of quiz number 1.